Yo, 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 it's another fucking podcast with your boys Bill, James, and Tig'S. Excellent Adventure, episode 46. I'm starting to feel rich up in this bitch. That's right. And we sitting here this week, we got a special guest, your big homie Grim. This week, we're going to talk about
Eric Reed and being railroaded. No collusion. No collusion.
We're also going to talk about Nathan Peterman having a job and Kaepernick not having a job. What in the fuck? No collusion. No collusion. No collusion. It's all happening right here on the number one podcast in all of the fucking world. You stinking bitch, you. That's right. That's motherfucking right, because it's another fucking podcast. Yeah. Even when I see funky bitch, you. That's right. You're listening to the number one podcast in all the history of sports. The motherfucking nation, the motherfucking world, the motherfucking universe. That's right, bitch. Hashtag that's right. Go and follow us at Bill, James, and Tig'S. Excellent Adventure. We're sitting here with a special guest, Miller Light, and another special guest, Casamigos, and another special guest, Mary Jane. And also we have today in the studio your big homie Grim.
What's happening? Hi guys.
So today we don't have James, we don't have Eric. Those guys dealing with some things. Busy guys, working hard, working real hard.
Holidays.
Wasn't gonna do a podcast today, episode 46. But I said, fuck it. You know what? Gotta keep it going. I gotta get to 52. Gonna do a year, baby. A year straight, baby. Drinking up to the Casamigos.
Salute.
So, this week sucked for me. Just keeping you updated. I have not won the Gridiron Challenge or whatever the fuck it is or whatever.
You're a compulsive gambler now.
I'm not. I mean, the only thing I do is bet on the what you call it,
the games. Yeah, it's called compulsive.
Well, no,
gambling.
I bet on the chance that I might win all of the games and win $40,000.
Hey, but if you win, nigga, I want a pair of shoes.
Yeah, if I win, I'm gonna tell everybody.
Just want a pair of shoes.
I'm calling FanDuel for the motherfucking shout out on the podcast and every goddamn thing. Look, come on, man, come on through and give me shout out something. You know what I'm saying? Win tickets to the podcast. That's what's going to be on the next FanDuel.
Win tickets to Bill, James, and Tig'S Excellent Adventure. You can be a guest sitting right here next to Bill.
Right. These are FanDuel jokes. So I hope you got FanDuels, not DraftKings, because I ain't got no jokes for that.
Yeah, I'm on DraftKings.
Except for the fact that you're losing your money.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because I only win on FanDuel and DraftKings. Y'all don't win shit.
Dude, does DraftKings have 25-cent bets that you can do?
Yeah, and you win nothing. Dude, whenever I play those, sometimes like the little penny games, I might win a little bit, but for the most part,
win on the pennies. 25.
Yeah, but it's so weird. Whenever I put in the same lineup, I don't win shit on the other games. It's so weird. You'd think that if you win in one with that same lineup, you'd win in another one, but that's not how. DraftKings is killing the market, man. They're fucking.
You guys want to know the secret to all of it?
Pussy power, respect.
Get in a lot of games with some big power players, and then watch how they win. Cheat. See how they pick. They pick heavy. A lot of people try to be conservative. They pick heavy. And then they pick off the bottom. But you got to be careful where you pick heavy at. That's all I can give you because we out here competing. So anyway, because I've been winning, man. I won maximum of $10. You know what I'm saying? We shaking hands right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't see it. We all know it. We shaking hands right now because
not daps. Shaking hands.
Shaking hands.
That's hey. Shit. I won like $137 one time. I thought I was gonna lose my motherfucking mind.
Oh my God!
But you know what I did lose?
Well, how much did you bet?
I think like $10 or $20.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
But you know what I did lose? All of that $137 in that guy.
I know that's right. See, if I win $137, I'm cashing that out. Well, that's got to be in my pocket. It's gonna be $130 coming right up out of there.
So I got a little fee for the instant.
Oh, I gotta have that 7 in there.
See, I should have bounced. I should have bounced back like a bad.
I'm still playing with my $10 that they gave me, so I can't do nothing crazy or nothing too hectic.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, let's move on to the NFL. Let's move on. Let's just start with the NFL. Hashtag nobody cares about your fantasy team. We're gonna start out with the NFC. Now, the question to you is: are the Saints the best team in the NFC?
I don't see a team better than them. Right now, bussing on all cylinders,
getting ready to go into the playoffs.
Kamara, we got Mark. He's back there running that thing, and Drew Brees is healthy. Their wide receiver core is all healthy, even though they only really have one.
We got one
star.
guy. But technically, their wide receiver core isn't healthy because Dez did technically sign there.
Dez tore his
Achilles.
That's sad, man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel bad for Dez.
I'm glad it happened because I've got a prediction out there that he will not play a game for an NFL team in 2018-2019 season. And I am going to be correct.
Yeah,
so I definitely was glad to hear that news. Man, you don't know how down in the dumps I was. Actually, it's documented on these episodes. Y'all know, y'all understand. If you go back and listen to like episode 20, 23, I was like, no, Dez is garbage. He's done. And he's done. He's garbage. I was right. Everybody else was wrong. Well, the Cowboys was right. No, the Cowboys wasn't right. They should have fucking restructured his contract, and he should still be playing with them. That's a fact. But I digress. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I really do think that if the Saints played the Bears right now, they would lose. I think the Saints are the best team in the NFL.
I mean,
but if they played the Bears, right?
Defense wins championships and offense wins games. So
I think that the NFL right now is kind of topsy-turvy, and that the Bears are that one type of defense that can carry a terrible quarterback to the Super Bowl. Man, it's looking kind of dangerous right now for everybody in the NFC. That's the one team you don't want to play in the NFC. Is the Chicago Bears. So everybody should look out for them. Another team that you should look out for, surprisingly, and I can't believe I'm about to say that. This is a team that you should look out for, but it's the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? Huh?
It's terrible. I'm sick at the stomach, literally trying to talk about it. It's distracting.
Ooh, Amari out there.
I'm having a hard.
Amari's out there duking on grown men.
Some people was having trouble last week. Had a lot of trouble last week in Indiana.
Hey, man. They've won 7 straight? The Colts have won 7, 8 games straight. 6, 7, 8 games straight. 6 straight. I don't think it's going to stop this coming up weekend either.
We'll get to those picks in a minute. Teaser. But they not in the NFC, the Colts. They not, and the Cowboys ain't going to have to play them. Who do you like more at this point in the season? Jared Goff, who is struggling. He's thrown 14 picks in the last 6 games. Or Dak Prescott,
ooh,
who is 5-1 in the last 6 games.
Okay, so I'll break it down. So, Kupp was the Rams' number one receiver, and then he got hurt, right? He was their number one.
Non-contact injury, got re-hurt.
Right. Like, he's done for the season. And from that game forward, they have essentially been more of a one-dimensional team. And
not running Todd Gurley.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think they've been resting him. I think that, like, you got to rest the beast. Because I think he's going to explode during the playoffs.
He did go out of the game last week with what they call inflammation on the knee.
Yeah, it's just from running too much.
But he hasn't been running, though. And I think he got the inflammation in the knee because they've been going the last 4 games they played, or the last 3 out of the last 4 games they played were all in cold weather. Your knees, when you be playing in that cold.
He's from Georgia, too, so he's not used to that.
You start playing in that cold, your knees get all bad. And I think that's what's aggravating him. And when you are in the NFL and you want to be successful, you got to be able to play in the cold.
Yeah, you have to be able to play in all weather because you're going to play in fucking New York. You're going to play in Buffalo. You're going to play in Pittsburgh. I've seen the Pittsburgh games. I wouldn't want to go to that game. You would have to pay. Like, I couldn't honestly go and sit in a football stadium and it's snowing and you have to, like, get the snow off the field. Bro, I
get the snow off my body.
You got to pay me. I'm not going to pay money.
No, not that much money either.
They can suck.
I'm definitely making money off of somebody with my season. If I'm a season ticket holder, you got to pay me for my ticket so you can go sit in my seat. Cause I'm not going.
I'll watch you be like, look, I got paid to sit right here.
Now, let's jump over to the AFC. This is going to be rapid fire, people, because I don't feel like spending a whole hour today. Maybe I still will. We'll just see. Maybe I talk to y'all, give y'all this sweet, sexy voice. Anyway, in the AFC, there's a trouble of brewing for everybody. It looks like if the Pittsburgh Steelers lose to the Saints this weekend, we might just see the Baltimore Ravens win the AFC North with Lamar Jackson at quarterback.
Woo. I'll give him a roll, Todd.
Roll motherfucking Todd.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that boy, too, because he's out there bust. He's big, too. And he's fast and quick and elusive. He's, man, whenever he comes out that pocket and he's running, he's large enough to where he can take a full-size hit. But he might not want to take too many because one could throw his whole career off.
Yeah, he needs to quit taking the hits.
Yeah, he needs to get down or throw the ball out of bounds. He needs to just chill, stop forcing everything, calm down. But he's doing a pretty good job, though, man. His line needs to step up a little bit more because the dynamic of him being the quarterback has changed from Flacco. And, with Joe Flacco being the quarterback, you're essentially going to have a different style of offensive line play.
Right, but Joe Flacco's style of play right now was really just bad. Playing bad in big time situations, and that's why I gotta give it to Lamar Jackson. He's been pretty damn decent under these big time situations. I mean, they played the best team in the AFC according to a lot of people in the Kansas City Chiefs, and they went head to head. I mean, it was pretty impressive. But I picked the Baltimore Ravens to win this division, and I'm hoping that shit takes place. If the Saints can win and then the Baltimore Ravens win out, I think I'm sitting in a good spot, baby. Shout out to the Browns for tying with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And speaking of the Browns, I just want to point out that Baker Mayfield is definitely the best quarterback that came out of this year's draft. He deserved every bit of number one.
Yep.
And shout out to this podcast for being the one to say that he would be the number one draft pick. Even if I was on my own out here on an island being laughed at, you know.
So who do you think's going to – so with that being said, you say he's the best quarterback. Who do you think's going to be the MVP this year? Who deserves it?
I'm going to name 3 people, and then I'm going to tell you who should win.
And why?
Because a lot of people would say, it's a lot of people out there, Marcus. It's a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
And they say stuff. And you know what a lot of people were saying?
What they be saying, fam?
Man, it's a lot of people saying that your boy, Drew Brees, he should probably win.
Because he's old as hell and he's the comeback kid.
There's a lot of people out there saying that the real comeback kid with the most comebacks in one season, Phillip Rivers. A lot of people saying Phillip Rivers should be MVP conversation because he's done what he's done with his team.
He's out there balling, boy.
He's out there balling. You take him off that team, what's that team? What?
They're the
Nothing.
New York Giants.
They're the New York Giants. That's right.
Probably
bad.
Probably better than the Giants, but bad.
Not too much.
Yeah.
They got a better offensive line, so, but not too much better. You know, maybe they're the San Francisco 49ers. Good defense, good run game, quarterback that's not going to get you any wins. You know? But I'm giving the MVP to Patty Mahomes.
Yes, sir.
The most electrifying man in all of sports entertainment.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm calling it that now because it's fake. I'm calling all sports entertainment now because sports is just fake as fuck now. But I'm giving it to Patty Mahomes. He won me over when he threw a no-look pass. I think he threw it in 2 games now. But I'm positive he threw it in 1. So when he threw a no-look pass in a game time situation, where it was a big time, like, what? Need a first down, 3rd and 9, I think it was. What? Looking at nobody. I mean, you know, looking away. That's a Magic Johnson pass on an NFL field.
Literally.
Fuck out of here.
He did a no look pass. Like, he saw the dude crossing across the middle route, and he literally looked to the right and threw it to dude. Like, that's
crazy. It's just crazy. Oh shit. I forgot to write this down, but we're gonna talk about Cameron Newton.
And his style.
Cameron Newton, garbage. We predicted that the Panthers would be last in their division. Working out in my favor. Me and James, and I think Eric was on board as well. Shout out to us. Just want to give us a big shout out and a pat on the back. Cameron Newton. Absolutely using an injury as a cop-out. How injured does your shoulder have to be, producer Alex, for you to just throw somebody that's wide ass open 4 feet over their head? Producer Alex looks confused. You know why? Because it shouldn't happen.
No, that shouldn't happen.
You wide open, it shouldn't happen if I'm throwing a 5-yard out.
They've tanked, man, and I think that like they
not tanked in the sense that they're trying to lose.
No,
but
like
tanked
just
in the
tanked
sense
is like
they're just bad.
Yeah, they're bad right now. And the only player that they really have is McCaffrey, and you can't just run him like that. He's new in the league. You don't want to burn him out. So, but he's still out there balling too. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that the Panthers are just not playing worth shit this season, and they're gonna get a draft pick. They might trade up for some people, but Cam is not happy.
He's not happy because he's not playing well,
Yeah.
and I just want to point out we're now in 7 weeks since this is 6 weeks since he said he's playing the best football he's ever played in his life right now. And since then, they've gone and lost 6 straight games. I just want to point out that you got to be humble in this league because there's never no telling how bad it's going to get. And it's never no telling how much of that bad is going to be on you. How much of that losing is going to be on you.
Yeah, that's true.
And how are you going to handle that losing when it comes down to all the people looking at you and saying, hey, you're the leader of this team. How do we fix this? Are we in trouble? Are y'all in trouble? He looks at it too much about me, and not enough about the team. That's why he's not a champion in my eyes. That's why he's, getting paid like $18 million, $15 million. He's one of I think he's like 15th lowest paid, like 15th paid and the highest paid quarterbacks. One of the lowest paid quarterbacks in the league. Definitely the lowest paid amongst MVPs.
But he's playing like his wealth, what his worth deserves right now.
I'll tell you what.
He has to fight for that money right now.
Exactly. You're right. And I'm going to tell you, his nickname in Alabama is Scam Newton. And all he's doing right now is scamming a whole bunch of other people in the NFL because he's, 6'4", 265 pounds or some shit like that. Motherfucker's a beast. He's supposed to be able to just dominate the league, but he can't because he refuses to do the work. His footwork is terrible.
Yeah, his mechanics for throwing in the league has gotten worse.
And
it's crazy.
And I believe that has contributed to the shoulder injuries, the shoulder problems.
Because he's like forcing the ball out, and it's not a fluid motion. It's like he's just trying to get it there. You have to like actually work on that, man. You have to get your feet set, and it's one motion. He's not doing that.
For the people who don't know, for the listeners who don't know, when you throw a football as a quarterback, when you throw a ball as a player who throws a ball, baseball, football, you have to use your legs. You use your legs. All of that force, all of that energy, all of that you see when you see the ball go 70 yards, 60 yards when a player throws it, it's coming from their legs. And that means your footwork has to be good. Cam Newton, notoriously known amongst people who are familiar with the game in this way for throwing off of his foot in his back foot, not following through his throws. You can just go look it up if you don't believe me. Go YouTube some of this stuff. But Cam Newton doesn't follow through with his back foot, which loses a lot of shit on his ball. He forces it, kind of like Tim Tebow, trying to push the ball to the player because he's big, he's real strong. He uses that to his advantage, but it only will work for so long. He's about to turn 30. And, we've had this age of quarterbacks, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees playing into their late 30s. Quarterbacks normally don't do that. Normally they start deteriorating around the age that Cam Newton is. And I think you're starting to see a lot of that because he's playing like an old man. He ain't playing like quarterbacks play today. You got to get your footwork, you got to get your feet set, get your shoulders square, and throw that ball and turn them hips. Now, if I know that, you know that. Poor Frisco know that. You know what I'm saying? Also, this episode brought to you by Poor Frisco's condoms, Poor Frisco's ribbed condoms, and Poor Frisco's Magnum condoms.
The bearskin are the best.
You know what I'm saying? Also, we got to give a shout out to all of our sponsors because now we got sponsors, y'all. So check them out. Made from actual grizzly bear skin. Poor Frisco condoms. It's a brand. They got all
foreskin, the bear's foreskin.
Yes, they got for her ribbed. They got the motherfucking female condoms. They got everything. You know what I'm saying? If you're sleeping on them. So anyway, I've shit on Cam Newton enough. But since we're talking about the Panthers, we're going to talk about how a player on their team is being, we'll say, harassed at the workplace. Eric Reed.
Yeah, man.
He, if you don't know,
Sad.
is the player who sat down with Colin Kaepernick and stood with him and was exiled from the league until this year when, in the middle of the season, the Carolina Panthers decided to sign him. He was a Pro Bowler the last time he was in the league and has helped their defense drastically. He claims that he has been, in the last 11 weeks, drug tested 7 times. Now, for all of the people sitting in this room, black, I just want to ask you, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like that's random? Supposedly, according to the NFL, the drug tests are administered according to a computer and divvied out randomly.
Yeah, it's just random at what time they're gonna drug test Eric Reed. That's all it is. Like that's the only random shit. What time of day are they randomly gonna test this dude? Like, is it gonna be 3 o'clock or 4 or 6? Whatever time it is, like they are definitely going to drug test his ass whenever they feel. As soon as he kneels, he has exactly one random day to just figure out what time they're going to test him, because they gonna pop it on him.
They're going to pop it on him. And I mean, obviously he's not smoking any dope.
He's not snorting any coke. Well, we never know.
I don't know if you or the audience knows this, but when the NFL, Port Frisco, when they piss test you, they send a pee man to your house.
Yeah, and he watches you pee.
And he watch you pee.
Yeah.
And he watch your dick come out your pants.
Yeah.
He look at your dick.
Yeah, it's just like a probation officer.
And he watch you. And if you already in the program, it's even worse. Because if you say at that moment, look, I can't pee right now, or if you are like out of town when they try to get to you and you can't like send them a sample, they will consider that a failed test. I don't know if you know that. So a lot of times when you see these guys, they failed a test, it's because they didn't take the test or missed their date to take the test. That's a lot of times what happens. So that brings me to, because we know Eric Reed is being held up. Oh, producer Port Frisco just came in with some breaking news right here.
Breaking news.
According to Yahoo Sports, using a cumulative binomial probability calculator, those numbers worked out. The probability of him
Hold on. You got to get on the mic. Hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on. Yeah, just you got to get on the mic on this one.
Oh yeah. So apparently, according to Yahoo Sports, the probability of an NFL player being drug tested 7 out of 11 times, 7 times out in 11 weeks, is 0.17% chance.
Okay. So,
shit.
probability
17?
of a motherfucker being on an NFL team specifically. They pointed out on an NFL team because they're trying to tell you that the 53, there's very specific, numbers to that. There's 53 men on a roster.
32
teams. And then you also have people who are in the drug program. They're going to be tested more often, so they're putting that into into factors. So those people are. I'm just giving the audience, an understanding. Like there's people who are tested more often than other people, and Eric Reed is not one of those people who has failed a drug test or been suspended for steroids or been in an altercation with a domestic violence situation. None of this warrants him being drug tested several times, other than the fact that his homie and best friend and what do they call it? Co-defendant in a lawsuit.
Oh yeah, because aren't they suing?
They're suing for the collusion.
Yeah, because there was collusion.
There is collusion because Colin Kaepernick still doesn't have a job.
There was no collusion.
Because Colin, since this is only reason I'm talking about this is because ain't nobody else here today. But Colin Kaepernick is going to win this lawsuit.
Yeah, they'll settle out of court, but I don't think he's going to let him.
No, he's going to win it. They're not going to settle out of court. He's going to win it in court.
Yeah.
And the reason is because the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens at this point in time, right now, was the offensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers when he was with the San Francisco 49ers. Colin Kaepernick was with the San Francisco 49ers. They said that they couldn't sign Colin Kaepernick because of the system and they'll have to change the system and all this shit. Then here we are next year. The following year, they draft Lamar Jackson and have two different systems running. They have Joe Flacco and they have Lamar Jackson, a running quarterback. Two completely different systems. He's going to win based on the fact that the NFL is full of a bunch of white men who don't know dick about being cordial to other people. It's just about being good people to other people. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. And they got in their feelings because Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend tweeted something that offended them. A lot of women, a lot of wives in the NFL, girlfriends and wives, tweet a lot of stupid shit. And a lot of them get in trouble. But most of them don't. And
who cares?
Exactly, because that's the reason that
somebody's girlfriend. Who cares what somebody?
Because Colin Kaepernick didn't tweet shit.
Who cares?
So it shouldn't have mattered.
So fucking petty to be in your feelings so much. Like if somebody's girlfriend tweets about me and I'm a fucking billionaire, who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
Especially if that quarterback can take me to the Super Bowl because he has been to the Super Bowl.
Get your ass
And
up.
actually, probably, I can say this because I didn't give a shit about that Super Bowl at all, other than the fact that I predicted that the Ravens would win. Colin Kaepernick should have won that Super Bowl because that was pass interference that didn't get called. And they should have won the Super Bowl. I'm just saying. But the lights went out because sports is entertainment and not real. But that brings me to my next point because Nathan Peterman just got a job. The Peterman. All the way from Buffalo Bill land. Got cut by the Buffalo Bills. They don't have any quarterback really to speak of, but they cut this motherfucker. I don't understand. But we can say this for a fact. Colin Kaepernick shouldn't be getting any job that Nathan Peterman, 5 interceptions in 1/2, ever gets. This motherfucker's getting a second chance. Colin Kaepernick not getting a second chance. But I'm not going to beat a dead horse down. Motherfucking hashtag that's right. Hashtag Colin Kaepernick needs a job. But I want to get on this one important issue. Why does Nathan Peterman get a job behind A.J. McCarron? Like, A.J. McCarron is plenty good of a backup. Why do you need 3 quarterbacks when you got Derek Carr, A.J. McCarron, and now Nathan Peterman?
I mean, one of the motherfuckers is about to be on the trading block. I think they're going to get rid of Derek Carr because he is hot garbage. I don't know what is going on with fucking the Raiders.
Let me tell you something. You just said something profound. Now, see, people are saying the same thing that you're saying. I don't know what the fuck is going on. That's just craziness over there. But I see some logic in it. I think you're right. I think they traded for A.J. McCarron early this year, and 2 weeks into the preseason, 3 weeks into the preseason, They traded for A.J. McCarron. They said, hey.
I thought it was further than that. I thought it was like into the season.
Maybe so. Maybe like week 2, week 3.
Something like that.
But, yeah, it was into the season. I think it was like week 4. At any rate, I believe Gruden looked up and said, hey, I don't have shit at a quarterback position. This guy's not it. He's dinking dunking because he can't get the ball out to Amari Cooper, who was getting open. He couldn't get the ball out.
I mean, he's one of the best receivers right now. I don't know, like was he just like running slow or something?
No, he's just hurt. No. He's just hurt. Derek Carr fractured his vertebrae, which Carson Wentz apparently did as well. But Derek Carr played all the way through it every week, every fucking week. Shout out to him. But I don't think he'll ever be the same from it. Now, A.J. McCarron, like you said, I think Derek Carr's on the trading block, but not yet. They don't want anybody to know he's hurt. They're going to put him on the trading block during the draft, where they already have a whole bunch of picks, and they're going to try to use him as a draft pick. And boy, I think the Raiders are going to look 100 times different next year and in 2020 when they get to Las Vegas.
Oh, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Man, I think it's going to be crazy. But we need to move on to these picks. So hold on, let me pull out my trusty cell phone. This week, I get to do it. Oh, you want to do it? You got it? You got it ready? Do you have it ready? No. What was you about to say?
No, I just nothing.
What was you about to say?
I wasn't about to say.
This is bad radio if you don't say something.
What you just said, I just watched the recap of A.J. McCarron throwing the game-winning touchdown pass to Amari Cooper to win the SEC championship against Georgia. I just wanted to watch that after.
Should have never traded him. Should have just put AJ in. But you know,
he's go to Alabama connection. We
get that. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. So I get to do the honors of this motherfucking week of NFL picks. If you ain't got your bread right, it's because you ain't been listening to this podcast, you bitch. You. Get your stinking ass. You better get over here and listen to these motherfucking picks.
Stinking feet.
James.
Gator foot.
James. Are you listening? Eric, are you listening? Let's get these picks, baby. It's the Redskins and the Titans.
Oh, man. I could see the Titans taking this one. I say that because they're on like a little roll right now. They're on a little hot streak. And also, Derrick Henry is a man, and he's been resting all season. And
that's right.
He's
Derrick Henry
ready to fucking explode.
Absolutely, fantastically right. Took most of my points. Derrick Henry is motherfucking been being saved. I was right in my assumption. I was hoping I was going to be right. Didn't think I was right, to be honest. Thought they were just stupid and didn't know how to fucking use him, but they were obviously saving him in some capacity. Titans are favored by 10. I'm taking them by 21. Hello!
So you're taking the over for sure.
Oh, I'm taking the over for shizzle. And they're at home. So
yeah, that's going to be
so
awesome.
We got the Ravers at the Chargers. Los Angeles at the soccer stadium.
LA all the way, dude.
LA all the way.
LA all
I'm
the way.
going to go also
Phillip Rivers beast mode.
With LA, actually.
Might try to check that game out.
Gonna actually go with LA. Kind of fucks me up, but there's still week 17. It's okay. We still got one more week of football. We're gonna go down to the depths of the bad NFL. It's 6-8 Bengals versus the 6-7-1 Browns. Divisional matchup.
I'm taking the Browns. Even though I know Dre's out there busting heads, he's like one of the best.
Fitzpatrick.
One of the best DBs in the league this year
Kicking him.
per percentage,
Putting them down.
per completion percentages versus attempts thrown against him. He has like one of the highest breakup percentages in the league right now.
Well, none of that breaking up is going to be breaking much up in Bakerland.
Yeah,
I'm going Baker Mayfield. He won't be waking Bakefield on the field this week. He's going to be Baker Mayfield. Make it happen, goddammit. Rookie of the fucking year.
Yeah, rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year, for sure. Cleveland favored by 9. I'm going with 12. Just to be a dick. How about that? Oh, it's going to happen, people who are talking shit right now. It's going to happen. We got Bills at the Patriots.
Ooh, let's go Patriots.
Let's go Patriots.
Cold as shit.
Cold as shit. Bills are going to be used to it, though.
Cold as ice.
Won't really matter. Bills lose by 24. Patriots favored by 13.5. And up next, we got the Bears going up against the 49ers. Chicago favored by 4.
By 4? I'm going with the Bears. He's heating up. I think Trubinsky's going to shit on the 49ers.
The Niners do have a good defense, but
Khalil Mack is going to disturb their chi.
Yeah, all of their chi and their feng shui and their synergy and all of that stuff, all those words, not going to matter here. Bears Bears win by 15. No. So that's just a joke. No, Bears win by
I say
3.
You think 3? I'd say like 7 or 10.
Something about going over from cold weather to hot weather messes people up. So I'm going to go with they win by 3 in a very close game. Trubisky still trying to get back off that injury. I'm going with by 3. Next game, we got the G-Men. We have the G-Men, the New York Football Giants versus
they're losing. Whoever
the Indianapolis Colts.
They could play, dude. Yeah, the Colts are going to stomp a mud hole in their ass.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
I'd say 18 points.
Deschamps takes the Colts 9.5. We have next the Texans at the Eagles.
Ooh,
Philly favored
H-Town
-2.
H-Town boy.
Oh, H-Town in it, bitch.
H-Town
H-Town
boy.
in it, bitch. H-Town in it, bitch.
H-Town boy.
I'm going with Houston as well. I'm going with Houston by 10. Next, we have a Florida rivalry. The Jaguars versus the Dolphins.
Oh my God. Can we just toss? You have a fucking quarter.
Right. No one's going to watch this game. I'm going to go with the Dolphins lose to the Jaguars.
And it's probably in Miami, too, because if it's in Jacksonville, nobody's going to watch it.
It's in Miami.
Yeah, I can imagine it.
I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars lose to the Miami Dolphins.
Just because it's in Miami on
In a
Christmas.
shootout. 15
to 13.
to 13.
6 to 9. It's
Yeah.
going to be an absolute fucking slobber knocker.
No, actually,
fellas.
yeah, no. You know what? I'm actually going to call a real life slobber knocker.
Absolute slobber knocker.
17 to 14. Dolphins. It's like Jaguars. I am going Jaguars.
You're going to go Jags. I'm going to go Dolphins because fuck both those teams. I like Miami. Jacksonville, torrential.
No one's going
rains
to
at
watch
3
that game. It's on
every day.
CBS at 10 a.m. somewhere in Miami only. Next game we got.
Nobody's going to watch that.
We got a really riveting game. The next one. This is what I love about the last 2 weeks of NFL football. Oh, yes. We've got the 5-8-1 Packers versus the Jets. Jets. And we're at 4-10. It's going to be an amazing game, guys. It's going to be... I'm going to take the Packers. Fuck it.
Yeah, because this is probably the only win he's going to get for the rest of the fucking season.
He's trying to get them stats up. Nigga.
Yeah, he's going to throw his fucking... He's going to put his heart into this game.
Stat patter, Aaron Rodgers comes out with a big game.
He just wants an Instagram
So you're
post.
saying the Pack.
Fucking Pack, dude. The Jets, I hate both those. Actually, you know what? For my big homeboy James Carpenter's sake, let's go Jets. I'm just going to say the Jets. Go big. Go
Jets, Jets. Buccaneers, Cowboys.
I like how you can remember what the color of the team was.
Buccaneers at Cowboys.
Ooh. How about them Cowboys?
I think I picked the Cowboys on FanDuel, but I'm picking the Cowboys on wax. It's the first time it had happened all season. I'm picking the Cowboys on wax.
So what happens when you habitually bet and you're going to start owing bookies money and they're going to try to break your arm.
Oh, anybody?
You're going to be walking
Anything.
around with a fucking cast soon.
Vikings, Lions. At Lions.
Vikings. Lions just suck.
They really do. I'm going with the Vikings. Falcons at the Panthers. Cam Newton's out.
Falcons
Finally get a win. Rams, Cardinals.
Rams. All day.
Going Rams all day. Steelers at the Saints.
Ooh, that's going to be a real good game, actually. Like
The
now,
only
now
good
you're
game
talking
that
some
I've
shit,
said so far.
boy. Now you talking some shit, boy.
Didn't even really have to say any of the other games, period, except the Bears because, Eric loves them.
Well, there's another game that somebody was favoring.
Saints, Steelers.
Shit, dude. Fuck, man. If both quarterbacks play to their full potential, isn't Connor out for the Steelers?
Haven't practiced yet. Has not been ruled out.
He's not going to play, and if he is, he's not going to be 100% against the Saints defense.
Steelers.
I'm going to have to say Saints.
Who that think they gonna beat them Saints? Not the goddamn Steelers. They don't know what the fuck they doing over there.
Rapeless
Fuck
burger
them.
back there.
Chiefs at the Seahawks with the 12th man.
Chiefs.
I'm going Seahawks.
You tripping, cuz?
Seahawks.
Well, they do have an Alabama
Time of possession.
DJ Fluker.
We'll win this game.
Offensive
best
line.
best running team in football. Put your money where your mouth is. Kansas City is only favored by 2.5. Their defense will not be able to stop the running game, and
Kansas City.
we got Leroy back there.
Bruce Leroy.
We got Bruce motherfucking Leroy, Russell motherfucking Wilson. It's gonna happen. It's going down. Seahawks win by 10 with 28.30 seconds of motherfucking possession time. Time of possession. 28 minutes of time of possession. You heard it here first. And I've been right on these times of possession, just so you know. And if you haven't been paying attention to the podcast, you wouldn't know that. And we got the big slobber knocker of the motherfucking year. The Monday Night Football. Broncos versus the Raiders. This would have been a fucking great game 25 years ago.
Fucking Broncos. That game sucks too. What is this, like the shittiest weekend of fucking football?
I told you I love the
ever?
first two. I said I love the last 2 weeks of football. It's fucking terrible.
I mean,
so come on.
The
Who you
fucking
pick?
Broncos.
Broncos, baby. I'm going Broncos, man. The Broncos.
But
Broncos.
if AJ plays, let's go Raiders. But Broncos if he doesn't. So Derek Carr should
Yeah. Broncos.
stub his toe.
Everybody else sucks, man. Fuck them. So now we got to go to the NBA. Okay.
Curry's killing it.
So, what happened was this year in the NBA is that somebody in the Western Conference, some like pills that made everybody in the NBA upside down. Like, everything's upside down, man. The Rockets, guess where they are? Well, they're only 5 games out of first place, 5.5 games out of first place, but they're in the 9th seed. Somehow the NBA got tighter and tighter, even in the Eastern Conference, man. Like, Toronto is still at number 1, but you got Orlando in the 8. Brooklyn creeping. They just won 6 straight. I mean, you got even the Phoenix Suns are trying to start winning. No, I'm joking. They just won 4 games in a row. First time Devin Booker has won 4 games in a row since he's been with the Phoenix Suns.
And they were talking about either moving the team or getting rid of the getting rid of the owner.
They're getting rid of the owner because the owner is the reason that they've sucked since Steve Nash won his first MVP. They went down after he won his first MVP, got the second MVP. The reason is because the owner is extremely cheap, doesn't want to spend any money. But we don't want to spend too much time talking about teams that suck unless they have a guy named James Harden on their team. And we're not fixing to do that right now. I want to talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Of course you do.
I want to talk about
Of course you do.
Yes. We haven't been talking about them. They only put up 132 points on the motherfucking Kings the other day. We haven't been talking about them.
The Kings still have a team?
Yeah, they still have a team.
Are they still in Sacramento?
It's still in Sacramento, and you know what? Paul George still put up 43 motherfucking points on them.
Fucking balled
on them.
He played like sub D level. He played a sub D level team.
That was playoff P in the regular season.
Yeah, he fucking balled.
So I want to point out Paul George is averaging 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists a game at this point.
Sheesh.
In the season.
What about Wessie?
Hold on, now I'll get to you on Westbrook. But I'm just saying, should we not be considering him for MVP conversation? I mean, Russell Westbrook is average. He should be in the MVP conversation as well. He's averaging 20.6 a game. 10 rebounds a game. 10 assists a game.
Triple-double. Averaging another triple-double. That's fucking incredible.
At the age of 30. You know what I'm saying? That's all he's doing.
He should be there. I mean, dude, that's incredible, man. He's averaging a triple-double with Paul George out there balling. Paul George is balling.
Exactly. Paul George is out there balling. Steven Adams balling.
Steven Adams is balling.
Most
too.
Underrated
he's
player
averaging a double
in the NBA.
I think he's averaging a double in rebounds.
Most underrated player in the NBA.
And he's a good dude too, man, because they play hard out there.
And so I want to say shout out to me again with the Denver prediction. The Joker, Jokic. He's out there fucking balling, man. He should be in the MVP conversation as well. Someone who's not, but should be into the MVP conversation. They just want to talk about LeBron. They just want to talk about AD. They just want to talk about Giannis. They don't want to talk about these guys who I think should be in the real conversations because they got their teams in the 1, 2. Maybe even Kawhi Leonard should be considered in it. Well, I can't consider Kawhi Leonard because he hasn't played a lot of games.
Yeah, that's true. But he's balling too, though.
But yeah, he is balling. But how about Victor Oladipo? Well, he's been hurt too. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm jokingly saying a lot of this because I already know these niggas is hurt. And I know people are going to say that, though. What about Victor Oladipo? What about this person? What about that person? They can't all be in the conversation. But Damian Lillard people want to say he should be in the conversation. I think he should possibly be in that conversation. But right now, Damian Lillard has a better chance of winning the MVP than Paul George, who has like a 250 to 1 odd.
Paul George is not winning the MVP this year. He's balling, and he'll take his team deep into the playoffs. Might even take him to the Western Conference Finals.
I think he's the MVP right this second, and if he's not, then it has to be Russell Westbrook.
Or KD.
Who do you think is the MVP?
Could be KD.
KD? Mm-hmm. You wouldn't say your boy LeBron?
No.
Not going to even give it to LeBron. Not even a little bit. He does have his team in 4th place. 3.5 games out of 1st place. For a team that was, I think, 3 games below
Last place.
Well, I think they were they're only 18 and 13. You know what I'm saying? So I believe they were like 3 games under 500 last year at this point in time. And now they're like 3 games over 500 in this point in time. 5 games over 500 at this time. So, I don't know. I think it's kind of like they're basically kind of where they were last year at this point in time. But remember, they started tanking last year at this point in time. So, which brings me to my next point. Tanking. It's not on the board. But since Zion Williamson got premiered after about 3 games into the NBA season, every team in the fucking NBA, well, not every team, but about 6 teams in the NBA have been trying to not win a game as much as possible. Somehow Minnesota got down there in the bottom. They was like, look, we got to get down there to get that boy Zion, okay? We got to make less ping pong balls for the Phoenix Suns because they done figured out how to lose for sure. They only scored 9 points in the first quarter of a fucking basketball game.
Man, don't you know that if Zion went to the fucking Suns, they would probably be good. They would need a real center. They would have to move that boy they got from fucking Arizona over.
The Suns
power
need
forward.
Jesus Christ to be good. But anyway, the Cleveland Cavaliers have a decent squad. Guess what they did? Tank that motherfucker into the ground. 3 games in, they tell Tyronn Lue, hey, we going to switch up the way we going to do this roster. He said, what you talking about? We finna win these games. He said, nah, I don't know about that. they let that nigga go. All of a sudden, they just letting niggas go all of a sudden. Now, why did that happen? Then all of a sudden, Kevin Love's like, oh, my toe hurt. I'm done. Watch. You're about to see all these teams do some crazy shit. It's going to be some crazy trades. They're going to try to get really, really bad to get Zion Williamson.
Or RJ Barrett. I think RJ Barrett's like...
Or RJ Barrett. Look, the way it's working this year, you get 3 teams that are going to get the most ping pong balls. Those 3 teams know they're going to get 3 Duke players. And that's what the fuck they looking forward to. And that's all that we are witnessing. We're witnessing tanking. We're witnessing fake basketball. So speaking of that, who is your biggest disappointment this year in the NBA? I've asked this question to everybody else. I hadn't asked you.
Maybe Charlotte.
Bad answer. Charlotte's number 7. Your choices are the Miami Heat, Brooklyn Nets, the Washington Wizards, the New York Knickerbockers, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Atlanta Hawks, or the Chicago motherfucking Bulls.
Well, none of those teams were really any teams that I thought would do really well, and I just thought that like the Hornets would do much, much better. I thought it'd be like
mine would in the East Conference would be the Washington Wizards, because the Washington Wizards are 11 and a half games out of first place. They are 8-6 at home, 4-14 away.
Oh my God.
3-3 in divisional games, 7-11 in the conference. Let's see here. Yeah, they suck.
Wow.
4-6 in the last 10 games. I mean, that's really bad. I mean, at least the Brooklyn Nets are 7-3 in the last 10 games. The Miami Heat are 7-3 in their last 10 games, but they just had Goran Dragic go down. So mine would be the Wizards. But in the Western Conference, who would you pick?
Ooh.
The Rockets, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Sacramento Kings, Utah Jazz, New Orleans, Minnesota, Phoenix.
I would have picked like the Jazz, but I think last year was just a fluke year for them. But I think that I'm gonna pick the fucking Rockets because I think they should be fucking balling.
The Rockets should be balling right now. They're 6-4 in the last 10 games. They've only lost one game so far on this little losing streak that they got. But I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I'm sorry I shouldn't laugh because I should be objective. I'm supposed to be objective. You know what I'm saying? But I have to say the most disappointing team this year is the San Antonio Spurs so far. Even though they're not in the 14th spot anymore. I feel like they should be way better than they are. I mean, they're not a bad roster, really. But I just feel like LaMarcus Aldridge hasn't figured out how to get his shot in that shit, really. I mean, throughout the game, consistently, is what I mean to say. Victor Oladipo's back in Indiana. So I predict that they are going to be in the 2 or the 3 spot. Right now, they're in the number 4 spot. I predict that they're going to be in the 2 or the 3 spot. Boston's figuring it out. Boston's 8-2 in the last 10 games. I predict that Milwaukee and Philadelphia fall out of 1 and 2, and the Pacers and the Boston Celtics take 2 and 3 spots.
That's probably gonna happen.
So
I don't think there's too much like objections to that because who they're playing next is like, you know, you have Christmas Day games and this schedule is kind of like geared toward like the NBA is a little bit more competitive for Christmas Day, but usually like one team is just gonna let another team just blow them out.
it's a fact. Well, you got all that you wanted, people. I went over an hour. So we're gonna end it here. Shout out to Big Homie Grim. Go ahead and follow him on Instagram at Big Homie Grim. And shout out to Poor Frisco, producer Poor Frisco at Poor Frisco, Machado Dibs, all that stuff. And shout out to our most consistent listener, Sarah Halen. That's our only most consistent listener. That's the only person we know that listens every motherfucking time. Shout out to James. Shout out to Eric. You motherfuckers are well missed. I hope that always sounds like a weird thing to say when people say that. It's fucking weird. How can you be missed well? But hey, we love you. We out of here with your stinking ass, you funky bitch.
It just clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over again. They just not gonna want that.
Think there's a deeper metaphor there?
Run through a motherfucker face. Then you don't have to worry about them no more.